What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man ChazzEllis once again. And I was just talking to a lady who I've been working with for a while. And she just gave me some really bad news about her situation. And I told her I was going to talk to other people about it, not naming any names, not really getting into any details, but let other people learn from the situation. And basically it added up to this. Y'all got to stop worrying so much about getting married and worry about vetting a relationship and vetting a person. Making sure you're with somebody who's actually of value and going to bring value to your life and not just take away. Some of y'all ladies want to be married so freaking bad that you're willing to marry anybody. And you'll brag about getting married faster than the other person. See, I got married within a year. A real man wants to marry you as fast as possible. A real man doesn't wait. But you don't even know the person. You don't know whether they're a quote unquote real man or not, because 3 or 4 years from now, you're talking about all the bad things they ended up doing. A lot of y'all don't know anything about the person. You can't figure that stuff out within 8 months, 6 months, a year, sometimes even 2 years. You don't know what happened in his last relationship. A lot of y'all don't even ask. I don't ask about past relationships. Yeah, because you don't want to talk about your past. But if you don't ask about past relationship, how do you even know that his ex-girlfriend is still alive? How do you know he didn't kill her? How do you know he didn't beat the crap out of the girl every single day? How do you know? How do you know this man doesn't have a gambling problem, a drug problem? You don't know anything about the dude. And this happens all the time where you get with somebody just trying to be cute and show your little friends your ring and all that kind of stuff. And you don't take the time to figure out what type of person you're actually dealing with. I'm not saying this to what they call victim blame. We can learn from other people. It's not victim blaming. It's pointing out things that they could have done differently. If I go down the street, get knocked in the head and robbed, we can look at what I could have done to make that situation not happen. Maybe don't walk in a dark alley. Maybe don't have a Rolex on while you're doing so. Maybe don't flash your money ahead of time and show it to everybody so they know to rob you and not somebody else. These are things that are not victim blaming. They're showing you what you could actually do to make your situation better. Some of y'all just want to validate yourself by saying I got a ring, by saying I got married, by proving to everybody else that it can happen for you. And you don't even worry about who the actual person is. You just want to get somebody to marry you. Some of y'all so busy listening to your little friends and the fact that they can brag about their relationship, but you don't know what's really going on inside of that relationship. And 2 or 3 years from now, sometimes even 10 years from now, they start telling their story about how bad it was. I was in hell for 10 years straight. Yeah, but on Facebook, you were in heaven. On Facebook, everything was so great. Social media, you was on Instagram posting pics with champagne and mimosas and all of that. But now you're talking about, he beat me every day. He turned out to be gay. Oh my God, why? Why didn't you tell your friends that? Like, hey, I made a huge mistake. You know why? Because they want to hang on to their pride. And they don't care if that puts you in a situation trying to follow them where you end up doing what they're doing and going through the same pain and the same hardships. A lot of people just want to double down so they can feel good about what they did, feel good about how things worked out for them, even if it's terrible. They want to prove to somebody else that they made the right decision. So you got to look at that before you decide to go out here and marry somebody, even be in a serious relationship. This is why I constantly talk about vetting relationships. Y'all be like, I don't want to play games. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. You got to get to know people and know the situation. You got to actually take time to figure out the relationship. Enjoy the dating process and the learning process. Because if you don't, you can end up with anybody. You can end up with any kind of nut job. You can end up with any kind of drug addict. And just because somebody got a nice house, just because somebody has a nice car, they seem cool, they seem like they got a good job. Drug addicts hold down jobs too, bruh. Crackheads have jobs. How you think they support their crack habit? Not all of them on here selling apples on the freeway. Not all of them out here doing something questionable in the alley. Some of them actually have jobs and work to support their habit. If you want to be successful in the relationship situation, you got to get to know the person for the sake of getting to know the person. Not just trying to put a ring on your finger, not just trying to prove to somebody that you can get a marriage or prove to somebody that you can get a serious relationship. You got to actually love, like, and know the person before you decide to move forward. Otherwise, you find yourself in a messed up situation where people are trying to fix it for you, people trying to get your life back together. And for what? so you can tell your friends that you got married, so you can have some pictures to post on social media, so you can show out for some people who really don't care about you in the first place. Most of them can't wait to see you fail. Most of them plotting on your downfall anyway. The reality is, it may take longer, it may take a while, you may have to build with somebody for a long period of time. People might be talking about, well, when y'all gonna get married? Well, when y'all gonna get married? And all that crap, but at least you know you found somebody that works for you, that's actually not crazy, that actually does have something that they can contribute to your life. You found somebody and built a loving, real relationship that if marriage does end up happening at the end of it, it's going to be a good thing for both of you and not just something that you have to grin and bear it through for long enough to say that it did work so your friends and family won't clown you. Make sure you watch the next video and get some more of this game.